What's up? Good morning. It is a beautiful Midas Monday and we are ready to rock. You are looking at a 5-minute chart on the Nasdaq futures contract. This is the December NQ contract. I repeat, a 5-minute chart. That red number, that beautiful red number at the bottom of your screen that says 27 currently, that is ATR. That is a volatility indication. That's the average range of a 5-minute bar based on the last 10 5-minute bars. You follow? You pay attention? That's very important. That ATR being 29 pre-market is a very good sign. We had a whole lot of volatility influx on Friday. Pharaoh Friday. So now here, Midas Monday, we are ready to roll. Hopefully, we keep some of that excitement in either direction. I do not care which way it goes. Just move, baby. Keep that ATR above 25. And we're happy. We're happy. What's up, guys? Good morning. How we doing? Lee, Kane. Hey, Sergio Rose. Good morning, guys. How we doing? All right. We are just under 9 minutes out here from the best time of the week. The opening bell here on Monday. Now, as far as news, we don't have a whole hell of a lot. We have a Fed speaker at 11:55 Central. That's pretty much it as far as scheduled news. So we are free and clear for the entirety of the stream to do as we please, which is very good news. Trev, good morning. Steven, how we doing? Joe? Good morning, brother. Stealth, Kevin, Outlaw, what's up, guys? Good to see everybody. Get in here. We have work to do. All right. Anyone trading pre-market, by the way? Volatility's pretty good. I know somebody hit it. You know, what's interesting is someone could have taken... I'm not trying to say that this was such a great setup, but if someone had that channel drawn and they just bought this close, which would be a reasonable buy, by the way, you got a little lucky on that push. But we are going to wait till the institutional orders clear out. 2 bars after the bell. And then we can get to work. 7 minutes out. David Blake, good morning, guys. How we doing? Gaines! Welcome, my man. How we doing? Pat, how we doing? Tubed out, good to see ya. All right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. No, we haven't done in like 2 months. Where do you guys sit as far as accounts? I know a lot of you guys were struggling to get funded. And now that you're trading RAM, you all probably have about 20 fundeds. Am I right? Alert, good morning. Good to see you. No one wants to out themselves, huh? Stealth, 11 days into my eval, and you're green. First ever eval. Good work. Good work, brother. Keep that pushing. All right, 3 minutes. Yeah, Joe's asking about volume profiles. So, listen, I've touched on this many times. Let's talk volume in general, okay? Small cap momentum stocks are a coral reef. If you're sailing over a coral reef near shore, you should probably keep a pretty good eye on your depth gauge, no? Yep, because you're going to live and die by the depth. If you're in the middle of the Pacific, are you staring at the depth gauge 70% of the time? Even 50% of the time? Even 25% of the time? You got bigger shit to worry about in the middle of the Pacific. I'm not saying volume's not crucial. It is. In a stock where volume in general is more shallow. And the participants that are there on an in-place stock are driving everything. And when they dry up, guess what dries up with it? Any edge you could possibly find. You got to be out. You got to show up before everybody else, which means have good tools, and you got to leave before everyone else realizes the party's over. That's the reality in like small cap, news-driven momentum stocks where everyone but you is gambling. Now, we're trading futures right now, okay? So stay with me here. Volume's really, well, the market itself is really, really deep. You can watch volume. For me, trading price action, the way that I trade, it's too low on the totem pole. It's not useless. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we have to pick and choose what we spend our mental capital on. 40 seconds out here till the open. Now, I mean, listen, if you're making an investment in the S&P 500 and you want to be strategic rather than just buying on whatever day, which, I mean, they both work, right? Sure, look at a daily bar during a market crash. Oh, the market fell a lot, but the volume was pretty low. Okay, I'll dip my toe in. Oh my God, the market started to crash and volume was ridiculously high. Oh, bigger sample size, right? Maybe I'll wait another day or two, see what the volume does. Yeah, sure, you can do that. There's the opening bell. All right, let's let these institutional orders come through. Yeah, Joe, I know. You're looking at volume by price, not by time. To me, I think about it the same way. You can look at it. But if I start looking at volume profiles where volume is going to be organized by price, all I'm going to do is confuse my price action thought process. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not accomplishing anything, at least for me. If you want to trade volume profiles, I'm talking to all of you. If you make money trading volume profiles, do that. I don't give a fuck, as long as you're making money. For me, I trade RAM, and no one's gonna talk me out of that because it fucking works. And I do well when I trade RAM. If you wanna trade volume profiles, have at it. I'm not gonna. I'm just not interested. All it's gonna do is confuse me. Okay, I have a great setup, but oh my god, there's a lot of volume at that price. And then I don't take it, and then it pushes through because it's a bunch of stop losses up there. Don't chase the mail truck. Find what works for you and don't step out on it. If volume profiles are what work for you, don't step out on it. Don't trade RAM if you're making tons of money trading volume profiles. But if you're trying to trade whatever the hell and you're losing, and you've been at it for 6 months, maybe you need to stop and think, hey, does this make logical sense? Am I doing something that I even think makes sense? If the answer is no, something's wrong, dog. KC, good morning, Maury. How we doing? Two minutes. RJ, good morning. How we doing? All right, 1 minute out here to the close of our first 5-minute bar of the day. Let all that institutional garbage get through. You can see the bears trying to make a push downside. Even if they put in a second bar downside, I start getting interested, but we have to remember that that first push, no matter how strong it looks, if you go back and you look at a whole bunch of opens where there was a strong push in one very specific direction off the open for the first 2 or 3 bars, you'll find that 50% of the time, at least, it just pulls all the way back. Now, that doesn't mean it's a trade, okay, but that's a hesitation. Why is it not a trade? Well, because it's only 50%. And secondly, how the hell do you know what to risk on the downside? You're betting against what is traditionally a continuation setup. Okay, by the way, you guys will start noticing here today that I finally bit the bullet and I was like, all right, I'll add one more thing to my chart for the sake of clarity and trying to help you guys learn what I'm doing here. Every odd bar from the open will now be labeled. Okay, so, you know, this goes for people in the tomb when they're submitting a question for a daily Q&A, the tomb talk that I put out after market close every day. It makes their life a lot easier. You guys too, if you're like in the YouTube chat, you're like, hey, got long, above 17, took profit right below 20 or whatever, or got stopped out below 20. This makes our life a lot easier rather than saying, oh, you know, the 9:15 bar, oh, what time zone was it? Oh, I live in Europe. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, this is easier. Okay, 4 minutes out here and then the institutional orders will be clear. And we can get moving. Biblical, good morning. How we doing? Tom, hey, is it possible to trade your setup in other time frames, like a 1 minute through? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It truly does not matter. Now the quality changes and the quantity changes. The higher time frame you go up, quantity goes down, quality on average goes up. As you go shorter and shorter, faster and faster time frames, quantity goes way up, quality goes down a bit. Per. But as long as you can make good decisions, which, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, you might think you can make really good decisions all day on a 15-second chart. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how quick you're able to think. I don't care how many nootropics you're on. You're going to have decision fatigue on a too fast of a chart because there's a lot to look at to understand context, right? You can't do that all in 10 seconds and then get an order out ready and then place it and then not place it if it adjusts last second. It's just, that's really, really tough. Now maybe you can trade a 15-second chart for 15 minutes. Maybe. But all day, go with something that's a good balance for you. A good balance of quality and quantity and doesn't cause decision fatigue by Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like, you can trade all day and you feel good by Wednesday, Thursday still. All right, 65 seconds out here. RJ, I trade RAM. Chris, question about Apex payouts. Yes, sir. I questioned it Thursday of last week. It is still showing as approved. When do I know if it has been sent to my bank account? You should get an email that says the funds have been sent, and then give it a few days. You'll wake up one morning and it'll be there. Just give it time. Apex says they pay. Just give them a little bit of time. 27 seconds out here. All right, big old doji close on that last bar. But institutional orders are now essentially cleared. 845 is kind of the definite safe zone, but I'm willing to take trades right at 840. Of course, if there's something there, which on a doji close, there's not. So next bar here, 4.5 minutes. Ooh, let's see if these bulls. Can these bulls give us a nice little clean close? Like, if the bulls could close this up right here without growing this thing too much to the downside, we might have something. Too much downside growth increases the size of that bar a little too much. ATR about 37.5 off the rip here. It's coming, big dog. All right, halfway through this 5-minute bar, 2.5 minutes out. Let's see. Bit of downside growth on that bar. Hey, Taz, good morning. How we doing? Goodness. All right, new 5-minute bar here. That is right back into the 20. A very, very outsized bar. So we'll give it next bar here. All right. Pretty good range on these bars right off the open here. We've had 2 bars up in the 80s, 80 points as far as range. Each bar thus far has been above 50 points in range. Looks like this one might surpass that also. Yeah. All right, 255 out. All right, Bulls. 2 minutes. Come on, Bulls. 40 seconds here till the close of this bar. Bulls having a hell of a time. Dead sec. Oh, man. All right, Bulls. Shrinking body. Looks sizable because we have this big wick. But we got to go one more bar here. 4 minutes out. See if the bulls can put something together for us. All right, bulls, I like the way that looks. Let's hold that up there. And if the bulls were to close that up near the top of that wick high right now, I'd be tossing out a stop limit buy. So let's see if they can. All right, bulls, don't get sloppy on us. 3 minutes. 3 minutes is an eternity to hold this baby where we need it. Let's see if they can. And if they can, I've got a stop limit buy for the bulls. Beautiful setup if they can hold it. And don't grow this thing too much. "90 seconds. Keep that up, bulls. Keep that right where it's at. Right where it's at is good. Alright, we better pop over to the execution screen. And get ready here. Alright guys, we ready? Oh, bulls, don't do that. We ready though? We gotta get ready. 25 seconds out. Copy trader. Engaged. Bulls, hold that baby higher. 15 seconds to clean this up. That is ugly as all hell. I need the bulls closing that baby up here. Finger on the trigger, ready to go. Insecure ass bulls. Can't do it. Next bar. It's not there. It's not there. All right, next bar here. 4 minutes. What do you guys think? Are the numbers good on screen or do they need to be bigger? The bar numbers, not the other numbers. The bar numbers, are they good or do they need to be a little bit bigger? Good? All right. 3.5 minutes out. There you go. All right, minute 55. Minute 55. All right, if you can't read that, man, I don't know what to tell you. That's about 50% bigger than what they were. 60 seconds. We better move on over to the execution screen. All right, Bulls. All right, Bulls. "20 seconds out. Copy trader. Engaged. And let's see, can the Bulls hold that baby up near the high? And if they can, Bulls, I have got what's called a stop limit buy ready for you. Place that guy there. Boom! Get a fill! Suck that back. Move this guy way the hell up. All right, and let's get that stop where I actually want it, which is right there. All right, bulls. Make a push. ATR 44.1. What a nice quick fill. You gotta love quick resolution. Now let's just see if it works for us, huh? Beautiful push here thus far. Come on now, bulls, hold that up. Alright, bulls. Let's get a fire going here. 3 minutes here left on this 5-minute bar. Bulls! You insecure sons of guns. Step in, get that baby pushing. What a continuation setup to just fail. Server side stop is, of course, out, just below the signal body. That's where I want it. Now we just see. All right, 60 seconds here. Let's see. Can these bulls step in? They're trying. Yeah, that's it. Calm down, Bears. Calm it down, Bears. The bulls are not done. Alright, bulls, punch it through 24-9. Decent close there out of the bulls. It's half decent. It's not too bad. Shrinking bull body though. ATR 42.8. All right, bulls, keep that baby moving. Keep that guy moving. Three minutes, 40 seconds out from the close of this 5-minute bar. Looking to get at least a full ATR would be ideal here. ATR sitting at 43. Well, so far, we've been almost halfway to a full ATR in the money, which is... Bulls, we got work to do, man. Let's go. Get up and push. Two minutes. All right, bulls, step in, put these bears to bed. For now, send them back to the den. We might be joining them later, but for now, time for them to get out of here. ATR 44. We've got lots of work to do. All right, doji close. It is a battle around 24.9. Not for long, baby. ATR about 41. All right, but let's take it through that little hesitation spot. I've had about enough of these bears for now. ATR, just under 42. Yeah. That's it. Just crush the confidence of the bears here. Just crush it. 245 out. Bulls? Starting to piss me off a little bit. Halfway through this bar. All right, Bulls. It's happened once before on this trade. Time to step in, baby. Well, we've got some hesitation here from both sides. And that right there is going to be an inside close out of the bears just barely. You see that? Within a tick of the previous bars, that doji's wick low. Which, you know, you don't love to see if you're a bull. But I'll take it over a big old strong bear body. All right, bulls. About that time, baby. Four and a half minutes out till the close of this 5-minute bar. ATR 41.3. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, bulls, but we've got a lot of work to do. I don't want to see any celebrating yet. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Again, ideally, on this trade, I'm really not interested in getting anything less than a full ATR. ATR 42. So yeah, we've got some work to do. 3 minutes, 20 seconds out. Two minutes. Well, Bears, what you got? "35 seconds here till the rollover." All right, let's see what these Bears got. All right, we'll let them earn it. We will let them earn it. Let's see if they got it in them. All right, Bears take out this signal body, server side stop triggers, and we're kaput, and we're moving on. But it ain't over till it's over. If we've learned one thing. 4 minutes. All right, Bears, you got it? They will. Cut it. Moving on. All right, next trade here. We are 3.5 minutes out. And let's see what the Bears got here. I mean, they are trying to put in a 3-bar continuation sequence. Let's see if it's in them. Yeah, good stab. Didn't work. All right. We may have to put... I mean, if the Bears close this up clean, we'll be in trade number 2 pretty quick. If they don't, obviously we'll wait till the next bar. Again, if you're just joining us here, we are pretty much free of news. Oh, jeez. All right, halfway through. Let's see what these Bears got. Hold it there, Bears. Don't be growing this baby too much more than that. Goodness. See what they got. Can they close it up nice and clean? If they can, I'll have to have a stop limit sell ready for them. Don't want wick. 2 minutes. Depending where this closes up, we might have some stops on the table. Yeah, we might. Let's see. Let's see if the Bears can keep some of that backbone, some of that cockiness they're trying to show. Bull's already exposing it a little bit here with this big wick. $60. Let's see. All right. Well, let's get ready. 15 seconds. Better get ready here with the copy trader engaged. Just in case. Bears have a lot of work to do for me to bite. Not a chance, Bears. I'm not giving you shit after that disgusting close. Huge wick. All right, next bar. 450 out. See what they got. Good start here, Bears. Let's keep that up. All right, 235. Let's see. Bears can take this and close it right beneath the previous bar's wick low. We've got trade number 2. That we'll have to slap on. And I kind of want to see if we can hunt some stops. "90 seconds here." All right, 25 seconds. Bears just getting exposed here with these wicks. And for me to get a stop limit sellout, to look to get short in the first 30-ish seconds of the bar rollover, I would need to see the Bears close it up beneath that previous bar's wick low. This inside close shows insecurity, just exposes the insecurity that they're dealing with. So we go next bar. 5 minutes. All right, Bears, keep that up. Keep that up, baby. Hey, if you guys want some free accounts, hit like on the stream. Let's give them away today. Free Apex accounts, free Take Profit Trader accounts. Obviously free to enter. Do I even need to say that? All right, we're halfway through this 5-minute bar here. Let's see, 2.5 minutes out. You see those bulls, they're still exposing it. All right. Let's see here. All right, we're going to go next bar, 5 minutes. That is right around that little 50% retracement-ish area. And the 20. So let's see if we can get a little further away from that little area of, well, I would say meeting in the middle-ish. Little hard to find edge right there. So we'll go 4.5 minutes out. This next bar, if it's a beauty, you better believe we're putting it on. There's not going to be a million stops up here, but there will be some. This region here has lived up there for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, so not a ton of stops. The longer that sits as the high, though, the better for our stop hunting. All right, Bulls. Give us a nice clean close. That is not it. 2.5 minutes out. All right. 60 seconds. Let's see. ATR 47. It's actually increasing here, which is good to see. All right, let's get over to the execution screen in case we need to do something here. "28 seconds out, copy trader. Engaged. And we are locked in, ready to rock. Let's see if we got to put out a stop limit buy for those bulls after 2 consecutive growing bull bodies. After a shrinking sequence of bear bodies. Let's see. Bit of a wick. I'll give that 20 seconds, see if we can get a fill. And if we do not get quick enough resolution here in the first 20 seconds to get a fill, we pull it and move on. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Do we get a fill? No fill, pull it, move on, next bar. No fill, no trade. Ruthless, I do not care. If it doesn't give me quick enough resolution, I will refuse to participate. All right, 4 minutes, 16 seconds out. Oh, bears! There you go, bears. Is this thing just gonna range? All right, guys, hey, listen, quick break. Back in a couple of minutes. Like the stream so we can give some free accounts away. What do you say? Back soon. Don't go anywhere. What's up? Welcome back. We are less than 4 minutes out. We gotta see here. What you guys think? We're just gonna range. So for me, I really have my eye on that low of day. I would love to stop hunt it if we got a proper setup. So halfway through this 5-minute bar, let's see what we get. Okay, ATR here is sitting at 49. We're 65 seconds out. And I gotta tell you, this is something about more beginner traders. If you get a setup here, every beginner trader is gonna hold off because they're like, this is a range. Well, you have to understand, there's always multiple looks. You just have to do what, based on the way that you manage your trade, has the tiniest amount of edge imaginable. That's all you need to cover fees, commissions, and losses. And then you should put it on. And even if that ends up being a trading range, so be it, right? There's always multiple looks. That's the thing with beginners. They always think that they're right. And then they bury their head in the sand, I guess, when they lose. I'm just looking to be right a little more often than I'm not with edge. 5 seconds out, copy trader engaged, stop limit sell, ready to go. Place that guy, see if we can get a fill. I'm gonna give that 5 seconds because the placement was a little messy. There we go, beauty. 51, there we go. Stop right there. And we'll keep an eye out and those stop hunts, see if we can get something. And let's see if we can break down through and put that trading range, or that potential trading range that's still in the very early stages of trying to develop, to rest. Head down toward that low. All right, Bears. Take that baby down through. ATR 46. There you go, Bears. ATR 47. We're going to get a full ATR at least. And that would put us... Yeah. Alright, now the stop hunt mentality is a full ATR and a half. So I gotta tell you, I don't necessarily need that. Let's just see how it develops here. I could always break that up into 2 trades if we get that opportunity. Keep that pushing, Bears! Now right here is where all the losing traders go. I'm gonna take profit, I'm gonna take profit. Okay, talk to me in 6 months. Do whatever you want, I'm not your dad. But I'm telling you, if you take profit earlier than your initial plan allowed for, you're shooting yourself in the foot with a shotgun. 90 seconds out. The old losing trader adage, right? Green is green, always take green. No one ever went broke taking profits, that's what they all say. Oh god. Actually, a lot of people went broke taking profits. A lot of people are out of the business because they were taking profits all the time. Bears, take that baby through! That is operating from a place of fear, which is a much bigger weakness than having a losing trade turn around and stop you out. You know, here and there. I don't care. But I do want this baby to fall off a cliff. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Keep that pushing, Bears. Come on, baby. ATR 45. Alright, Bears, there we go. Let's keep that moving. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, we got about 42 points. That was a whoops. I went to take it at 45. I saw 44.5. And then my fucking finger slipped. We got 42 and a half. I'm going to make a note of that in my data. That was a whoops. But good trade nonetheless. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. Should have gotten a couple more points. Yeah, alright. All right, good trade with an asterisk. Moving on. 3 minutes out. All right, 2 minutes, 50 seconds out. Let's see how this guy closes up. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. You don't want to do it all the time, but every once in a while, they call it fat fingering, I guess. It's, you know what it is? It's like a weird slip of the brain. I was waiting to see 45 and a half-ish. I saw 44 and a half. I press down the trigger key, which is Alt. And then I go to press F. Alt F is my, you know, limit buy order to take profit in this case. And I was ready, and it pulled back and it slipped. Got 42 and a half. That's about 2 or 3 points less. 2.5, 3 points less than what we should have gotten, but that is less than, that's like less than 10%. I mean, we're talking damn near 5% of the overall trade, which is, you know, it's substantial. But I'll make a note of that in my data here. And you try not to do that as, you know, try not to do it often. But that's all right. It's still good, still a good trade. Still got over 40 points. We'll take it. And look for the next setup here. 90 seconds out. You might have to put something on here. Yeah, you watch it, Doug. All right. God, it pains me. You guys have no idea the internal pain that I feel when I do something like that. It's like, who cares, dude? It's 2.5 points. Let yourself off the hook. Just fucking pisses me off. Because you can't take it back. You know, it's a mistake. You accidentally hit the button. It's like, well, you can't undo it. So, whatever. Move on. Look for next trade, which is what we're going to do exactly right now. But first, I have to update that. 2 trades so far on the day. All right, ready? 25 seconds out. Copy trader. Engaged. And we will get a stop limit sell. Ready? And see if we can hunt those stops, baby. You know what I'm after. Come on, Bears. Close that up much, much lower. I do not like that wick. Take it down. Take it down. Take it down. Nope, I'm not going to place it. That wick's a little sizable. That'd be a bit of a force. So let's move on. If I did place it, I'd give it 15 seconds absolute tops, but wouldn't have gotten a fill anyway. All right, next bar. All right, halfway through this 5-minute bar, 2.5 minutes out. Let's see what we get. Two minutes. All right, minute 25 out. You guys think we're gonna get this or what? Low of day stops down at 24.7, 24.50-ish. Yeah. Let's see if we can get. Gotta see a nice clean bear close beneath that previous bar's wick low. That's what we gotta see. 60 seconds. All right, well, let's get ready, huh? 20 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. Come on, bears. Take that baby lower. Close it as a nice, clean bear body beneath the previous bar's wick low. Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. Don't want to miss anything here, but I don't think we're getting it, are we? We will not. We'll go rollover. So that is next bar for us. 4:55 out. All right, hey, quick break. Back in a few minutes. Like the stream. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. didn't think I'd be missing this, did you? Here we go, 60 seconds. Let's see. Now, of course, there's always the risk of this. Like any kind of, well, you probably draw it more like that. Like any trade, there's always two sides. It doesn't mean you don't take it. If you're waiting for something that only has one side, you will be waiting your entire life. It's gotta be two sides. It's a market, correct? All right. Come on, Bulls. Hold that baby up. 25 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. And let's see if the Bulls can hold this up. Give us a nice clean close up near the high. If they can you guess what I've got for them? That's right. I've got a stop limit buy for them. Boom, place that. Give that about 15, 20 seconds, no more. No more, no less. Quick resolution, see if we can get a fill. If not, we're pulling it and moving on. 5 seconds here. Let's see, can we get a fill? If not, gotta pull it. No fill, no trade. Pull it, move on. All right, next bar. 4 minutes out. Well, good 5-minute bar here so far. We got 3.5 minutes. Let's see. Can the Bulls give us a half reasonable bull body? By the way, first official week here in the Tomb. So today is Tomb Talk number 1, right after the closing bell of the New York session. Those of you guys in there, make sure you get the bar numbers on your NinjaTrader charts so that when you do submit your questions before the closing bell, by the way, that is the hard cutoff, with your trade questions, you can refer to the bars so we all know what the hell you're talking about, so I can actually answer the question in the video. All right, we are 2 minutes out. Let's see, Bulls. If the Bulls give us a nice good close up here, even in the face of this, I'm gonna have to get a stop limit buy ready. You might say, that's a descending resistance. You can always find something. What does your plan say to do? Do that. All right, minute 10 out. Well, what do you guys say? We should head over to the execution screen. let's get ready in case we got to put this guy on. And yep, there's a potential descending resistance there. It's all right, I don't mind. I'll step in ahead of that. If it ends up being a thing, so what? Surfer side stop goes out beneath the signal bar. And let's see what we got. "27 seconds out. Copy trader. Engaged. And we'll see. Can the bulls give us a nice clean close? Again, the counter argument, which there always is one, is that descending resistance right there. That is fine by me. And let's see if we can get a stop limit buy ready. Move that up a tad. And bring that guy back down, ready to place it for the bulls to eat up if they give us a good close. And we'll place that there. We'll give that about 30 seconds, see if we can get a fill. Good, we will get a fill. Bring that guy back. And move that guy upside. And let's see. Can we get a pop-up through? Put that potential descending resistance to rest. And fulfill that little continuation here. Let's see if the bulls can get that done. And I've got my eye on that high of day. For a bit of stop hunting, maybe. ATR is 42. And that's pretty much the test of the high of day. That stop hunt test is just barely more than 1 ATR, so I will watch the test. I will, if we get it, of course. And let's see. And then what I'll do is I'll probably use this limit, but I'm going to leave it open-ended until the last second and then place that guy right ahead of the test. Again, if we get a test of that high of day, see if we can trigger some stops, which of course those would be shorts stops, which are essentially market buy orders because they have to buy them back on the break of high of day, which tends to push things at least a few points, which we can use as rocket fuel, baby. So bulls, come on now, take us up through. Nice strong continuation push. Put those bears to rest. And let's do it to them. ATR 42. All right, bulls. Not a bad start, but lots of work to do. All right, bulls. Decent little start. You don't need a hell of a lot more than that. See what the bulls got here. All right, Bulls, come on now. ATR 43. And just about 30 seconds here until the rollover of this 5-minute bar. Now let's see if the Bulls can pop this a bit higher, ideally up through 890, and close it nice and clean. That would call for a stop adjustment beneath this bar as it becomes another, what would be signal bar. But they only have about 10 seconds left to clean that up. Let's see if they do, in case we have to do any stop. Unlikely. Unlikely we'll do any stop management here. All right, next bar, that is going to close as a doji. Bar 23, big old doji. Some would call that a gravestone doji. Now, does that mean I go, oh my God, I got to cut the loss right there and move on? I don't trade that way. That is very, very, I think, emotionally reactive to little things on the chart. Which, again, if you're like micro scalping, fine. All right, Bulls, let's get it done. Let's get it done. Whole bunch of work to do. ATR is 40. All right, 3 minutes here until the close of this 5-minute. Halfway through this 5-minute bar, ATR 41 and a quarter. Which means that the test of high of day, which is the stop hunting zone, is right about 1 ATR. So, you know, as a trader trading RAM, you have a decision to make. You have an option. And the entirety of RAM is built on trying to keep decision making very easy, because I get it. That's one of the hardest parts of trading, is knowing when and when to make a decision and what decision to make. So for me, I try to simplify things. Let me put it this way. When there's a stop hunt that lines up damn near perfectly with the amount that is a full ATR, whereas otherwise you might be taking profit at a full ATR, I will give the stop hunt a chance to pop through, because it's right there. Now, if the full ATR is 45 and the stop hunt is 65, I'll pull it at a full ATR, assuming that was the plan on the trade, and then look to see and break it up into 2 trades. Look to see, can I get a setup for the stop hunt? Especially trading prop, where it makes sense to book it to protect from the trailing drawdown if you're dealing with that in the accounts you're trading. But that doesn't mean book every 4-point winner. I mean, come on now. All right, Bulls. 50 seconds here till the rollover of this 5-minute bar. New 5-minute bar. Big ol' inside close out of that last smaller bull body. Yeah, it's all right. Not the greatest, but, you know, I'll take it. ATR falling a bit, now at 38. All right, Bulls, what you got? What you got? What you got? Little something. There we go. Keep that pushing, Bulls. All right, so I have day right around 9:13, 9:13.50. So we'll get this guy ready. I want to leave myself exposed. That's why my server side limit take profit's a bit higher in case we get news, Trump tweets, something. Might as well leave yourself exposed to that if you're going to sit here anyway. And then as we come up toward the test of the high of day, which is what I'm actually interested in, is that stop money mentality right at high of day. And you place the limit order. And if you get a pop through and a fill, great. If you don't get a pop through, you move that limit order back out, leave yourself exposed. ATR 39.6. All right, Bulls. Time to put it together here. A decent close out of the Bulls. I mean, outside close just barely, but quite the little wick on top. So, no change, no adjustment that I can do as far as the stop. So we let it keep rocking. And see, come on now, Bulls, take it up through that little eye. Three minutes, 20 seconds out here until the close of this 5 minute. ATR 37. All right. 38 seconds until we get a new 5-minute bar. Bulls. I think it's about that time. Let's take that high. Let's take that high. I don't need it to take it and push, 40 points. We can just trigger some of those stops up top. That's all I want. ATR 37.5. Now, there starts to become an argument that previously ATR was about 42, right? Now with ATR 37.5, you're looking like right ahead of that stop hunting area for when I hit, if we get a test up there to begin with, when I'm like a full ATR in the money. So it's like, well, you could take it off, but that's still so close that I would likely still give it the attempt at the stop hunt for the potential to book another 10 points-ish if we got that test. But if ATR keeps falling, 35 now, then we'll just adjust on the fly. But right now, that's still the plan here. Easy decision making is the goal. Now, of course, something you got to consider is the potential of, I'd probably draw it like this. Don't overthink it. Is the potential of this becoming a thing, right? You're like, well, wait, the whole day is just a trading range. Yeah, maybe. Listen, guys, you're not going to find like one thing that's the obvious decision. That's such an elementary understanding of the market. The market has to be two-sided, at least at the absolute most. 70-30 probability. 95% of the time, you're between 60-40. Most of the bars, it's about 50-50, in between 55-45 probability, which is why most bars, we're not putting anything on. And then, boom, you get somewhere around 60-40 as kind of a minimum. All of a sudden, you got a trade on. But baby, let's see if those bulls can just test that high. Now, again, I see that trading range just like everybody else does. I see the big intraday trading range, which is why I'm not betting that the break of high of day goes another 80 points. I just want to trigger those stops and clear those things, get a little free rocket fuel under our belt. And then we're booked and moving on. But bulls, whole bunch of work to do. Let's see if they can. Okay, so let's look here. So you guys know my bar by bar management. If there's an opposing decision while I'm in a trade, I cut it on that close. The problem here is this 2 consecutive bear body. That's kind of heading right into the 20 EMA. So the question I ask myself is, if I were flat, would I get short? And the answer there is I would need one more bar. So we don't do anything. And if we get one more bear body that closes near its low before it hits the server side stop loss, then I cut it early on the close of that bar. Very simple. The decision making needs to be second nature. It needs to be easy. I think that's one of most people's biggest issues. Is that every tick of every day you're flailing trying to figure out what the hell to do. That's a problem. Your decision making is going to be inconsistent. And then, you know, how can you expect to make any kind of consistent money? If you're presented with the 2 exact same scenarios, or within reason, pretty close, and you make opposite decisions. All right, bulls. Let's take this up through, see if we can get a test that high a day. A whole lot more work to do. See if it works for us. All right, bulls. What you got? All right, good little close out of the bulls. First bull body. No sequence there, so no change that I need to make yet to my stop or anything. All right, bulls. Let's see what you got. ATR 34, slowing down a tad. It's not, all that unexpected this time of day. All right, bulls. What do you say? It would be nice to lock up a nice clean bull body above this wick high curl. Because then I'd be moving my stop up just below this, what would be signal bar. And that's the only decision I'd have to make. 60 seconds till the close. Small bull body, which means I get to make no change whatsoever. And we go next bar, 450 out. All right, boys. Let's keep that pushing. All right, ATR is 32. This is the time where I gotta start thinking, and I'm gonna watch how this develops. I gotta start thinking about breaking up the stop hunt with this trade into two separate trades now that ATR is falling hard. ATR has fallen about 10 points since the entry. So we'll think about that. Let's see. Get a good push here. Yeah, breaking that up into two trades actually can keep the risk tighter on my stop hunt trade if we get a setup. So let's just see here. I still, no less than a full ATR for me out of this trade. ATR, I'm going to round up to 33. And there's only 2 minutes left on this bar, so let's see here. Very nice. $45 seconds left on this bar. The way that I manage this is really going to depend on these next 40 seconds. I got to see. We get a pop to a full ATR. I'll take a full ATR, and then quickly we got to look to see if we can put on another trade for the hunt of high of day. If we don't, then I got to see if I end up having to move my stop. Ten seconds. All right, and neither decision will be made. We'll just go next bar. No change here thus far. Nothing I can do. You see that inside bar? Inside close? Really starting to slow ahead of that stop hunt. But you guys know I don't, even when I'm flat, I'm not really into that. ATR below 31 now. Let's see. All right. Okay, ATR 31. So, you know, we've talked a lot in the past. These little slow down grindy pushes up toward high of day, that changes things for hunting the stop, but I still want to see if I can kind of mix this into, I guess split this now into 2 trades. It really depends how this bar plays out, and I suppose maybe the next. Now that ATR is falling. Gotta do the best we can here. ATR 31.4. When you get those slow pushes into a stop hunting area, the breakthrough tends to be less aggressive, which of course I'm not into. I want aggressive as all hell. So let's see here, ATR 31.4. Two minutes, 12 seconds out. All right. Boom. Limit order out. Let's take a little better than a full ATR. Now we got to look and see if we can still take the stop hunting trade. We got 60 seconds. Next trade here. Okay. Update the trade count. That's number 3. And now we got to see. With this slow, mushy push, I need a nice, clean bull close. Otherwise, I'm not taking that. And as you get a mushy, mushy, mushy push toward the high of day, often when you do break it, it's like a couple of points and then a reversion because it's just so hesitant. I like hard approaches at stops like this. It inevitably never ended up playing out down here. But I like big approaches like this, big approaches like this. It gets a hard, aggressive push through. When this kind of thing starts to happen, you guys know when I'm sitting flat, it's less likely that I take the stop hunt. So there you go, kind of an on-the-fly discretionary management decision, and that's going to be an inside close. I'm still looking for the stop hunt. But the market really needs to thread the needle here for me to be able to put that on. Bear's trying to pull this back. This might just enter a trading range. Which is the risk, of course. All right, by the way, guys, hey, today's the first official week in the tomb. I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you, you can watch the stream for free and probably get better value than anywhere else. At least if you're trying to trade some kind of price action strategy like RAM. The entire thing is built to keep your decision making as easy as possible because I don't like being confused. So that's how I built it for myself. If you're ready to be serious, you should watch this stream for free, and you should pull the big lever and join the tomb. If you're like, dude, I can't do that, I can't afford that, then watch this for free. If you just want to move fucking faster than everyone else, do both. Okay, first official week, members only live training tomorrow, Tomb Talks, answering questions from members about trades on the chart every single day, right after the market closes. Okay? Take your pick. Link is in the chat. All right, guys. Hey, I got to tell you what. I am out of here. 3 trades today, 2 winners, 1 loser. We did all right today. Not too bad of a day. All right, guys. I will tell you what. I'll see you here tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Central. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. And this afternoon, I'm telling you, let the trades come to you. This market is, you got to be patient. You got to be patient. Don't trade on boredom. Come on now. Why are you here? You're sitting here to be entertained? Go play video games. You're effectively doing the same thing. You're here to provide for your family? Take it seriously. Do you respect your family? I hope so. Take it seriously. Patience is the least you can do for them. All right, guys. I'm out of here. We'll try again with the giveaways tomorrow. You gotta hit the like button. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good afternoon.